VTubing, a phenomenon that has recently taken the internet by storm. Originally starting in the 2010s, today we are doing a budget Weebs guide to VTubing. To become a successful VTuber, we must first answer, what is a VTuber? VTubing is a form of video creation where one uses a model to replicate a human face, which historically was first created for the annoying orange YouTube channel, which needs no introduction. A couple of years later, using anime characters to continue this trend was represented by channels such as the AI channel. Present day, there are countless anime-themed VTubers, which is probably why you are here today. Now, you are probably asking, how can a budget weeb become a VTuber today? There are a couple of steps to this process and many ways to do so, but in this video, I will be showing the methods which I have used. Of course, there will also be timestamps in case you have finished one of the said steps and are looking for the next. The first step to transforming yourself into a VTuber is to create the character you want to be on the internet. This step can be seen as optional but can really help in the long term to make an amazing model. In this step, I recommend grabbing a sketchbook and just drawing what you want to be seen as. I personally do a couple of sketches with different clothing or hair and then combine my favorite elements of each to create my finalized design. I'm probably not the best person to tell you about designs, however, so linked in the description are some design classes if you really need help perfecting your design. Now that you have a design you are happy with, it's time we transform it into a 3D model which can be used for VTubing. For this step, I will be using the software, Studio, which can be downloaded from its website or even Steam, both of which are in the description. Once you boot up the software, you should be met with some templates with the option of a brand new model. I recommend using the templates if you want to use some of the clothes shown on them as you can access them from the new model section, otherwise select a new model. For this video, I will be selecting a new model. After that, we are met with a gender selection screen, where I am going to pick a female. To begin, we are going to edit the face. Think of this like customizing your character in a video game. Use the sliders to get your desired face structure. Once you have a face you are happy with, you can swap to the expressions tab and do something similar. This tab brings your model to life and can add extra expression to your streams. The final tab in the face editor is the texture. This is what really transforms your model into your design. Here you can export all the textures of your model's face into any program to make your model truly yours. What I like to do is to export the eyes to make them look like my art and the skin so I can add a cute little blush to it. Once finished with the face editor, we can move on to the hair editor. This is probably the most complex step in creating a model, so if you are not confident in doing it yourself, you can always use one of those pre-made models. Essentially all you have to do is mess around with the pencil tool and bone editor to match your model with that you designed, and once you have a style you are happy with, you can move on to the color. To do so, we are moving over to the texture tab once again and changing the preset colors to that of your model. If you are feeling extra, you can export the hair texture to any art program and make something truly original and yours. Following the hair, we next edit the body similarly to what we did with the face. Here you can go really crazy and make it match your design. When you are ready, you can move over to the texture tab where you can edit the skin color of your character or edit the textures if there is any extra skin detail you want to add, such as scars. Now that we have our body and hair done, it's time to add clothes to the model. Please keep in mind that if you don't want to use the clothes built into this program, the best thing you can do is draw your own in the texture tab. I'll link some videos in the description to people who can explain it better. Here you can edit the tops, bottoms, and shoes of the character to what you desire. If you want to change the color of any of the clothes, you can either use the color selectors in the texture tab or just export the texture and recolor it in an art program. Almost at the home stretch, we can use the general editor to do those finishing touches to make the model look even better. This is once again a slider, so I'm sure you can figure it out. Finally, we can go to the exporter and export your model. Here you can add copyright to your model so you can prevent other people from stealing your model, or if you really want, allow the public to use it. Now that you have a model that you are happy with, it's time to select a software where you can record your model on. Keep in mind that this does require a webcam and ones with higher FPS are preferred, but not required. There is so much software, but to keep in line with the true budget theme, I will be showcasing 2 free and reliable software. Our first program is called Wakaru. It can be picked up on Steam for free. On this program, you can use keyboard bindings for facial expressions, and if you wear different colored gloves, you can also track your hands. Just remember to hide your camera and face before you start streaming. The other program is VC This software can be installed from its website, which is linked in the description. This software has much better tracking than Wakaru, but with the trade-off that there is no hand tracking. So based on your preferences, take your pick. Finally, it's time to set up your model in OBS. This step should also work in Streamlabs, but I have issues with it. Essentially, you have to create a new game capture and change the mode to a specific window. From there you can select the window as your VTubing program. Ensure to select Allow Transparency as it ensures that there is no background on your stream. Once you're happy you can click OK, then position your model wherever you want. If there is a watermark on your screen, you can use Alt then click to crop it out. And that should get your model ready for any recording or stream. And that's how a budget weeb can become a VTuber. If I helped you out in this process, please consider clicking that like button or subscribing. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them down in the comments or ask on my Discord server if you want a quicker response. Stay tuned for the next episode as we will be covering a budget weeb's guide to anime figures. As always, I love you all, and until next time, bye.